Ciao Fabri!
Hello guys!
New week, new episode of the podcast, and we are here together. A lot of news this week happened,
Yes,
so it's
yes,
quite
yes.
an interesting one.
Yes, we are going the hot period, so stay with us.
Here we go.
The Here We Go podcast is proudly sponsored by Skrill, the payments app for money movers and money makers. Go to Skrill.com to see all the ways Skrill lets you pay quickly and easily without relying on your bank, or download the app by searching for Skrill, spelled S-K-R-I-L-L, and sign up in seconds.
Okay, and let's start with a very recent news that you tweeted short ago, so it's
Yes.
it's something new, and it's about Simakan. It's a player that we discussed a lot in the last weeks, month.
Yes, because we are talking about an interesting centre-back playing in Strasbourg, and he's really a good centre-back. A lot of clubs were looking at him, but he's really, really close to join Red Bull Leipzig. So we're going to discuss later about Red Bull Leipzig. We did it also about Szoboszlai and many good players they have signed, always with young players, always with talent. The agreement for Simakan is really, really close. So he will be the replacement for Upamecano, who will be joining Bayern Munich, as we know. An interesting deal. The final fee will be around 15 and 20 million euro. They are discussing with Strasbourg about last details. And keep an eye also, I would say, on Chelsea, because this news will affect possible also Chelsea. Because you know that Simakan was on the list of AC Milan as possible centre-back. He was a target in January, but the main one was Tomori. AC Milan signed Tomori on loan from Chelsea with buy option. But with Simakan joining Red Bull Leipzig, now the situation with AC Milan is one name out from the list.
Yeah.
And keep an eye on Tomori because he's going so well.
He's
AC Milan
impressing
are so
really
happy.
well the fans, the club,
Yes. And so
everyone.
Let's see, because at the moment there is nothing agreed, nothing done with Chelsea, nothing discussed with Chelsea, because AC Milan have an option, 28 million euro. It's up to AC Milan. They will decide at the end of the season, not in March, not in April. But positive feelings around Tomori and Simakan, the other target, joining Leipzig. So keep an eye on centre-backs in general in this window coming, and on Simakan, who is going to join
Also,
Leipzig.
because Simakan, we have to remind everyone that it was a consequence of Upamecano joining Bayern Munich. That's
Yes.
already official. Was official, I think, a month ago now. And so he's the replacement of Upamecano
Yes.
for RB
They also
Leipzig.
signed Gvardiol from Dinamo, an interesting one. So they signed two centre-backs. They are so different. Gvardiol is like a quality one with a good left foot. He's a good one also by the technical side. Simakan is a strong one.
Yeah.
He has pace. He has good physical skills. So he's really, really good, but they are different. And they are investing on two different players. So good from Leipzig. That's my personal opinion.
Well, the Leipzig strategy is always
Gvardiol was
impressive.
on the list also of Leeds, and they wanted him, but Leipzig are so fast. with
Yeah,
their
yeah,
young
they
talents.
are very good in that. Okay, let's switch topic. Let's go to probably
The big one.
the big one, and the big one of this week, because it was a week. We did the podcast last week saying about Cristiano Ronaldo, about the Juventus position, but a lot of things happened in the last week.
Yes.
Fabio Paratici, the sports CEO of Juventus, spoke about him, saying that he's staying, he's in the project of Juventus. But from the Real Madrid side, there were some, Zinedine Zidane, Karim Benzema. They had some, quotes that are
Yes.
actually going not another direction, but more in a possible way of a comeback of Cristiano Ronaldo. So let's start from the beginning. What's the position of Juventus as of today?
First of all, I want always to remember salary 31 million euro per season after taxes, 3 years, one more season of contract. 2022 is the end of the contract of Cristiano Ronaldo, out from the Champions League against Ajax, Lyon and Porto. So that's the problem for Juventus. They are happy with Cristiano, but in the Champions League, they wanted something different from him and from the whole team, not just from Cristiano. It's not in discussion that Cristiano is one of the best players in the world. Absolutely, if not the best. But at the moment, Juventus have to decide about the salary budget, and not only about it, because they have to decide together with Cristiano about his future. So at the moment, they are saying, we are with him. We are not considering to let him go. It's up to Cristiano, but we are going with him till the end of the season, and then we will see. They will have a meeting with Jorge Mendes to decide about it. So they will decide with Cristiano. Juventus' philosophy is always the same. Players that are not happy can leave the club. We won't say, okay, you are staying here if you're not happy. If you're not happy, you are leaving the club. At the moment, Cristiano have not asked to Juventus to leave the club. He's open. Jorge Mendes is talking with some clubs to be ready if Cristiano will decide to leave Juventus. But at the moment, they have a meeting scheduled at the end of the season, and they will decide together. So it's an open situation, but for sure, look at Juventus out from the Champions League means there are chances, probably, for Cristiano to discuss with Juventus about a possible early exit for him. But there is nothing done or agreed on this side. Talking about Real Madrid, as you mentioned, a lot of rumors, papers, Zidane and more. I want to say, yes, it's something interesting. Yes, it's okay. Easy to talk about Cristiano and Real Madrid. We're talking about something great for both sides. But in my personal opinion, and this is just an opinion, look at Zidane talking about him, papers talking about him, no pressure on the team, and they are back at top level in the Champions League, and they are back at top level in La Liga. Talking about transfers and not about the team and not about Zidane out or changing everything next season helps. Sometimes helps, and Zidane is a so smart coach, a smart guy. So in this moment, they have the pressure out. They are thinking on the transfers. The press is thinking about Cristiano and not about the pitch. And Real Madrid are performing. So keep an eye also on the strategy. For sure, Real Madrid is a possibility. Yes, but there is something advanced. No. So
what I wanted to say is that when we think about Cristiano Ronaldo, we have to remember when he left the clubs before. So the easiest thing to say is when he left Real Madrid the last time, he decided to leave the club 6 months before.
Yes.
It was January of December of the year when he actually left the club. So today didn't happen this yet. So we know that he didn't sit down with Juventus and said, okay, I want to leave the club at the end of the season. He didn't do that. But we are a completely different world right now. We are in a world where a salary like the one of Cristiano Ronaldo is an issue, not a problem, but an issue for every club in the world. So I'm not saying that Juventus are not willing to pay until 2022, but everything can happen.
Yes, everything is open. So we will see at the end of the season in this meeting between Jorge and Cristiano and Juventus what's going to happen. They want to be happy together or change everything. But with Real Madrid, there is nothing advanced. It's only about Jorge Mendes talking with Florentino, who is a big fan, but there is nothing advanced yet. And I expect something new from Real Madrid, not signing old players.
I agree with that.
I expect something new. They want to start something new. Signing Cristiano Ronaldo back would be something unexpected for sure from my side. Let's see. We are in March. Remember, we are in March. It seems we are in June from the portada of Marca of us. Obviously, they are talking about something and it's normal. But we are in March. Remember.
Yeah.
In March last year we had Lautaro Martinez and Neymar both together on front pages saying that Barcelona were going to sign both, and they didn't find money to sign Depay. So remember reality and what's going on.
Yeah, well, if you make comparison with last year and last March, we were also at the beginning of the pandemic, so it was actually something.
Yes, and we spent 3 months hearing of Lautaro Martinez
true.
and Neymar joining Barcelona, possible also together.
Yeah.
And they didn't find the money to sign Depay. So that's the situation. So remember, we are still in a pandemic and there is nothing decided in March.
And that helps me to bring you to another point, just a quick one, because if we talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, it's like now if you talk about Holland, we have to talk about Mbappe. But if you talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, you need to talk about Messi also in some way. So Leo Messi. I think yesterday or today, like now Laporta is officially the president of Barcelona. He's in charge and all of that. So you said last week that if there was one possibility of Leo Messi staying at Barcelona, was with Laporta as president. we are still waiting for the meeting, right, between
The
Messi and
contact,
Laporta.
yes.
Okay.
Let's see if it will be a meeting or just a contact, but for sure, yes, we are still waiting, and Messi is still waiting. He wants to hear from Laporta, but for sure they are still waiting. Obviously, Laporta had to do everything by the technical side with everything with La Liga and more. Now everything is okay. And in the coming days, he's expecting to call Jorge Messi and the lawyers of Leo and talk about the project and everything. And then we will see. But the situation is open and Leo is waiting. So, as I said, I want to say again, if there is a chance, it's with Laporta. So Barcelona can hope, but there is nothing decided, absolutely. We are in March. As for Cristiano, same for Messi.
And as for Holland, as for Mbappe, as for everyone.
Yes.
But we have to do a podcast, so we have to talk about it anyway. Anyway, let's go back to Real Madrid a bit because, they had a huge win yesterday against Atalanta at the end. Even if it was expected, for people who don't follow Italian football, maybe was expected. As Italian, I was expecting something more from Atalanta. Can I say that?
Yes. I think playing against Benzema and Ramos is different than playing against young players, okay, good talents, but when these players are coming in the key moments in the Champions League,
I'm more disappointed about Atalanta. Like they could do more, in my opinion. But that's another topic. We talk about Real Madrid now.
Can't understand why the goalkeeper Gollini is not playing.
Yeah,
great goalkeeper. Can't understand why. Crazy.
He's one of the top 5 goalkeeper in Serie A, and he's not playing in the.
Tottenham were looking at him one year ago.
True. But anyway, let's talk about Real Madrid. The position of Zinedine Zidane seemed to be changed now. Yes. I mean, if you ask you this question 3 months ago, you were telling me, it's very unlikely that he'll stay next season. Yes. Because that was everyone was saying.
Yes, but the situation is obviously it will depend by
the
what they will win.
Yeah.
Because it's Real Madrid, you have to win. But for sure, the situation is changing around Zidane. As I said, also about the press and also about the players and everything. Yes, there are positive feelings around Zidane. So he's working so well. He has the team with him. So they're fighting in La Liga. They are fighting in the Champions League. Everything is open. So he has chances. We will see. But there are positive feelings around Zinedine Zidane. Also talking with people around the club. The situation is still open. Nothing is decided for the next season. But positive feelings. That's what we want to say. And talking about... We were saying about the old ones with Ramos and with Benzema and these players. What a player, Luka Modric, yesterday night. He makes it seem simple, everything, when Luka Modric is playing, but his assist was something great to Benzema. And we want to say again, because I'm saying it from January, and people are still asking, but Modric extended this contract with Real Madrid. 100% is done. He's staying, and it's something important, because he's been so serious immediately in January. He said yes to the first proposal to Real Madrid. So they are going on together, and Modric is so happy with Real Madrid, and the same from Real Madrid's side, I would say, obviously.
Yeah. Probably they want to announce them together, Ramos and Modric. That's probably what Real Madrid would like to do.
When they ask me about announcement, I always say I'm not a press officer.
Yeah, true.
About announcement, it's up to...
That's a nightmare when there is the transfer window and, you announce everything. You said everything is done, paperwork's done, and then everyone asks, when is going to be official? When is going to be official? I remember last summer, who was the Gabriel from Arsenal?
Yes.
Like 2 weeks.
Yes.
It took Arsenal to... Yeah, it's part of the game, of course. But, if there is any club who wants to, make an offer for become a press offer, we hear. Anyway, talking about Ramos, you said that nothing is done yet. Basically.
Yes, he said it also.
He said also yesterday that there are no updates. He said more than nothing is done. What about Florentino Perez? So, how key will be in the?
We said many times the key is Florentino Perez. He's working on it personally with Sergio Ramos. So, as we said of Laporta, in the case of Real Madrid, if there is a chance to keep Sergio Ramos, he's with Florentino Perez pushing. So Florentino is talking with him, with people around Sergio. He wants to keep Sergio. They have to find an agreement by the economical side for the contract, but for sure, at the moment, there is nothing done, but they are discussing, and Florentino Perez wants to keep Sergio Ramos. Let's see if they find agreement, but also on this side, everything is absolutely open.
Let's stay in Spain because, there is another transfer, another player, a big player, a top player that is involved and will be a free transfer this summer. We're talking about David Alaba. So what's happening behind the scenes between Real Madrid, Barcelona? What's happening?
Yes, we always said, I'm saying it from January, that the only club having an agreement with David Alaba, a verbal agreement and not signed, is Real Madrid. They have a verbal agreement with him. It's not signed yet, so when you're a free agent and you are not signing a contract, means that every club can try, and so that's why Barcelona and Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain rumors are going on, because people are calling, agents are talking, so it's normal in this situation for this kind of player. But the only club to have a verbal agreement with Alaba is Real Madrid. From Barcelona, there were some rumors about an agreement reached with David Alaba, Laporta hijacking the deal with Real Madrid. At the moment, no, there is no agreement. Also, Pini Zahavi, the agent of Alaba, said it's not true. So at the moment is Real Madrid leading the race. Let's see if he will sign the contract in the coming weeks. But Real Madrid are still leading the race for David Alaba.
Talking about Real Madrid, we can also talk about Arsenal in this case, because Odegaard is doing amazingly, honestly. Like, he's doing really well. And there is a very close connection between Arteta, the board, the director, the players. So they seem very, very, very good together, you know.
Yes.
But the player is a Real Madrid player, so he's on loan to Arsenal. He's not an Arsenal player. But the question is, what will happen in the summer?
They will meet Real Madrid and Arsenal. I can say that Arsenal have the intention of keeping Martin Odegaard. They are so happy with the player. They are so happy with the guy. They are so happy with the professional. So really great feelings around Odegaard. They are really, really happy. I would say congrats to Arsenal, because to find these kind of players in January in general, and in particular in this season with pandemic and more, Edu Gaspar did a great job with Odegaard, signing him. Obviously, on loan was the only option, but it was also Real Sociedad interested, so it wasn't an easy deal for Odegaard. He's doing so well. They hope to keep the player. They will meet with Real Madrid at the end of the season. They will decide together. The situation is open, because at the moment there is nothing agreed. It will depend by who will be the manager and more. But Arsenal are so happy with him. So they will try to keep him, but will decide Real Madrid. So at the moment the situation is still the same. But the impact from the player wasn't guaranteed, because when you are so young and moving from another country to Premier League, Arsenal, big pressure, top club, not easy, another country, another style of life.
True.
He's been so good at the start, and so congrats to Arsenal, because in my opinion has been probably the best deal of the window.
I agree with that. True. And talking about Lamptey, who is another player that was, connected to Arsenal in the last weeks. What can we say?
We say that Arsenal are scouting him. I can confirm that Arsenal are scouting him. They are following him closely. But just to clarify, because I'm receiving a lot of questions, so if it's a done deal or something advanced, or if they are very close to sign him, no, at the moment there is nothing close. It's just scouting a player, appreciated, but there is nothing close to an agreement with Brighton. There are no advanced negotiation. I can say that Arsenal want to sign a right back, but they have like a list. There are many names. Between these names, Lamptey is appreciated, but there is nothing advanced, and there are other names. So I expect a right back on the market from Arsenal, but let's see if it will be Lamptey or another one. At the moment, it's not advanced for Lamptey. It's appreciated, yes. Advanced, no.
We will be back, and we will talk about Milenkovic, Manchester United, Chelsea, English clubs. So stay tuned with us.
The Here We Go podcast is excited to introduce Skrill, our official sponsor and the payments app for money movers and money makers. With the Skrill app, you can pay online, send money, and buy and sell cryptocurrencies all in a few taps. It's quick, easy, and there is no need to rely on your bank. Depending on where you live, you can get a Skrill card too. The card will be delivered straight to your home address and gives you the instant access to your balance in stores, online or as cash at ATMs. Search for Skrill, spelled Skrill, and download the app today.
Okay, we are back talking about Manchester United, talking about Milenkovic, because he's a player that there are a lot of rumors, especially from Italy right now, about him close to Manchester United. What can we say?
Yes, rumors from journalists and papers here in Italy around this centre-back. Good player, I love him, really interesting talent, playing so well with Fiorentina. Only 1 year of contract, he's not extending his contract, and that's why there are a lot of rumors. In Italy, they're saying that Manchester United offered 35 million euro. they are close to sign Milenkovic. That's what they say. I can say that I was checking it, and it's not true. Manchester United have not made any bid for Milenkovic. They're following the player by 2 years because imagine that 2 years ago they wanted him. They were offering like 20 million euro and Fiorentina asked for 50, so there was absolutely no agreement. I'm talking of 2 years ago. But right now, the player, I would say, appreciated. Yes, for sure, they follow him. But at the moment, there is nothing advanced, no official bid from Manchester United. And the feeling around the player is that also other clubs are interested. So for sure, keep an eye on him because he will be one of the names on the market, but nothing advanced with Manchester United and nothing true around an official bid from Man United.
Yeah, remember he was also in the radar of Manchester United when they were also scouting Skriniar, was two years ago.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a name that has always been in the radar of some Premier League clubs because he's a really, really good player, Milenkovic. He can play, I think, everywhere. So honestly, he's a very good talent. Talking about talents, talking about another defender, there are rumors about a defender of Malmo for United and Chelsea.
Yes, and he's Anel Amedozic. I like this player. He's Bosnian. He's similar style with Milenkovic. Good centre-back. Young one, 21 years old. But really, really interesting. Rumors around Manchester United and Chelsea interested. Yes, they are following him, but also in this case, no official bid. To follow these players and this talent is normal for this kind of clubs, but there is nothing, as I said, advanced. And Atalanta are close to sign him. They are in advanced negotiation with his agent, with intermediary, with Malmo to sign Amedozic. So keep an eye on Atalanta. They want to sign this big talent as defender. Who's playing Football Manager knows of him because he's one of the best in Football Manager. Talking about centre-backs. Keep an eye also on Napoli because they are following him, but Atalanta are leading the race for Amedozic.
Let's stay in Manchester, but let's go in the other side. So we talk about Manchester City. And what about the role of left back of the citizens of Pep Guardiola?
A lot of rumors about Gosens. He said he will love to play with Guardiola, and more, I would say, normal because
who doesn't?
Part of the game. But talking about Gosens, there is nothing advanced as we said 1 week ago. But keep an eye on Manchester City signing a left back because we said, and I want to say again, as I said 2 weeks ago, that they want to buy a left back with Zinchenko, so having 2 left back, and let's see what happens with Mendy. But one serious name is Nuno Mendes from Sporting. There were a lot of rumors around him. He's really interesting. A lot of clubs interested, also from the Premier League, other clubs. But Manchester City have been inquiring him. They appreciate him. He's a great one of the most talented left back in the world. The real problem is the value of the player because Sporting want real money, around 70 million euro. And in this market, it's impossible to get 70 million euro for Nuno Mendes. So won't be easy to negotiate. Manchester City have not decided yet if signing him, if make an official bid, but they are following him and he is one of the names in the list. They will decide who will be the man to be the new left back of Manchester City. But keep an eye on Nuno Mendes, and I really love this player. Typical Portuguese talent and really great effort. Good player.
Talking about Manchester City, we already mentioned about Locatelli, who is a midfielder from Sassuolo. Very good one, very good player. But we already said that there are no progressing talk. There are no talks on with the clubs.
No, it's just following the player. I know there are a lot of rumors, so Manchester City fans are excited because he's an interesting player, really, yes. But there is nothing like advance or official bids or something like that. And I said 1 week ago, keep an eye on Juventus when we talk about Locatelli because they want him. Andrea Pirlo is in love with Locatelli. And, you know, when the best regista in history, probably for Italian football, without probably, is loving you, obviously you are attracted, then joining Juventus would be great. And today also the papers in Italy were talking about him. Juventus ready to make a bid. So Juventus are pushing to sign him and Manchester City are not even close to do it just because they are scouting him, but there is nothing close or done or something like that.
Talking about Chelsea, they play tonight and we mentioned last week about the situation of Pulisic, who is a bit, worrying for some fans. His future is uncertain. What can we say about him right now?
Yes, I think it's time to clarify a bit because I see people getting worried about Pulisic and more. Pulisic is so happy at Chelsea. He wants to fight to be a starter. He's a great professional, so he's ready to clarify about it. There is nothing advanced with Bayern Munich. Also, as Christian Falk said, a lot of rumors, swap deal with Coman. At the moment, there is absolutely nothing. Pulisic wants to fight. What I'm saying is that if at the end of the season the situation will be the same, with Pulisic not playing, for sure Chelsea will consider to have about bids and more. But at the moment there is nothing decided, and he wants to fight for Chelsea. Let's see at the end of the season, because obviously not playing is not great for Pulisic and also for Chelsea. So they will decide in June, but at the moment he is fighting for Chelsea. And keep an eye again on Thiago Silva extending the contract, because work in progress for Thiago to extend the contract for one more season with Chelsea.
Another player that is always linked with Chelsea is Holland. And, in our podcast, we cannot leave an episode without talking about the alien Holland. So there are still rumors, a lot of rumors about many clubs, Real Madrid, Chelsea,
what I want
City,
to say
United.
To old fans is that one day is Manchester City, one day is Manchester United, one day is Chelsea close to sign him, one day is Real Madrid, one day is Barcelona with Laporta. All these clubs want Erling Haaland, all these clubs, but no one is close today to sign him. So all these clubs, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Manchester United, Barcelona, Chelsea, a lot of clubs are interested in him, but no one is even close right now. So they need to negotiate with Borussia Dortmund, with Raiola, with the player, and more. He's focused on Borussia Dortmund. He's focused in particular on the Champions League, because he wants to do something historical in the Champions League. And at the moment, he's not thinking about the market. At the end of the season, he will take a decision with the club. We know they want a lot of money. The clause is not valid this summer, but from 2022. In Spain, someone is saying it's valid this summer. No, in 2022. This is a position from Holland people, in particular from Borussia Dortmund, because they are saying that they won't sell him for lease clause this summer because it's not valid. So be patient on Holland. We have time. We're going to talk about him in April, in May, in June. I think also in
July and August.
Yes,
and September.
because the situation with him is totally open.
Yeah, I mean, we have to talk about
and no
him.
one is leading the race. And one day on the papers it's Chelsea, one day it's Real Madrid, one day no one is leading the race. All of clubs are interested. These clubs are in love with him, but no one is like close to sign him. So
open race.
Keep calm.
We have the title of this episode, Open Races, because everything is, Ronaldo, Messi, Holland, Mbappe, everything is open
also
right
races
now. So
yes, for example, I want to remember that there are also races that are not open, like Neymar, Foden, De Bruyne, a lot of players that are staying 100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the weekend, because there was the goal of the weekend, but probably of the month, if not even more, was El Coco Lamela, who is a player
Puskas
that
Award.
We are in love, because we saw him here in Italy at AS Roma. He was amazing. He was younger, so of course was a different kind of player. And he scored an amazing goal with the Rabona. Outstanding.
Yes.
And what about his future? Because, he's a player that has always been linked with many clubs, but in the end, he always stayed.
And he wants to stay. He wants to focus on Tottenham. So, first of all, congrats to Lamela for his goals, but he wants to stay. There are a lot of rumors, but he's always focused on Tottenham. His main idea is to stay, to fight for a place, to be a starter at Tottenham. So at the moment, he's not planning to leave the club. It was the same in January when there were rumors about other countries, other clubs.
Yeah.
No, Lamela is focused on Tottenham. He's happy at Tottenham, so I think he will stay. If something big won't happen next summer, he will stay. And also talking about Tottenham, I want to mention Skriniar, just because I receive always a lot of questions about Skriniar. If Tottenham are trying, probably some Tottenham fan, they are looking at the matches of Skriniar with Inter, and I think he's been one.
That's why they ask, probably.
In this moment, he's the best centre back in Serie A.
Yeah.
In this moment, in the last 3 months, he's been incredible from December. Incredible.
Yeah, true.
But what I want to say, if last summer Inter asked for 50 million euro,
now it's
45. Now double, no, but it's like 60, 70, no.
It's
no
more for sure.
Yes.
Let's remember also that Skriniar was close to leave the club, because he was always also open to leave the club because he was not playing.
Yes.
Antonio Conte didn't see him really well with the three-back defense.
Yes, Inter arrived at the final of the Europa League last summer, playing always with Godin, De Vrij, and Bastoni. So he wasn't playing. Skriniar wasn't playing. Now it's totally different. Now it's Skriniar with 10 players more.
Yeah, true. Okay, we'll be back after with Liverpool, with Barcelona, with Bayern Munich, and other things.
Paris Saint-Germain. True. The Here We Go podcast is proudly sponsored by Skrill, the payments app for money movers and money makers. Go to Skrill.com to see all the ways Skrill lets you pay quickly and easily without relying on your bank, or download the app by searching for Skrill, spelled Skrill, and sign up in seconds.
Okay, we're back. Let's talk about Liverpool now, because there are still rumors about the future of Jurgen Klopp. He denied the possibility of leaving. He denied the possibility of going to coach the German national team. So what about his future?
I want to say that he's denying everything, and it's true because he's focused on Liverpool, but Liverpool are really respecting Klopp. It's probably the most difficult period for Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. It's not an easy moment, apart from the Champions League. Let's see what happens, but they are with him. They are backing Jurgen Klopp, also if the situation in the Premier League is not the best one, but they are with him. They are planning with him also for the future. So I want to say that Klopp is with Liverpool, is focused on Liverpool, but they are backing him, and so they are going on together, planning together for the future, and let's see what happens. But they are with Jurgen Klopp, and their priority, looking at the transfer window, will be again also on the extending contracts, because as we always say, Van Dijk is one of the topics, but Fabinho, keep an eye on Fabinho, because Liverpool are pushing. They want to make a proposal to Fabinho. They are so happy with him. Jurgen Klopp is in love with Fabinho, so they are working to extend his contract, and Fabinho is happy at Liverpool. So positive feelings also on this side.
Talking about renewals, there was official this week the renewal of Angel Di Maria with Paris Saint-Germain. It wasn't an easy week for Di Maria also, so we stay close to him, to his family. It wasn't an easy moment. But there was also, I think it was January or December, I don't remember when, because I remember we talked about it in the podcast, don't remember when now, but there was a rumor about Tottenham.
Yes, I think it was
January, no?
The end of January, the start of February.
Maybe, yeah,
yes.
Okay.
But no, it wasn't true.
Okay, wasn't true.
No, it wasn't true.
That's it.
It's been offered,
You don't need to say more. Just
no, it's normal when you talk in transfers to talk with clubs, to say if you are an agent, to say, okay, we have these players, he's out of contract, but Tottenham were never close to sign Di Maria or trying to sign Di Maria. It was like just a discussion and nothing else, and so Di Maria is staying, and let's wait some days for Neymar to sign his contract, and let's wait for some weeks to the final answer of Kylian Mbappé.
Who is the most important right now, a priority for Paris Saint-Germain, of course. Okay, let's end this episode with few little topics, few interesting news.
Yes.
Let's start with Mingueza. Is he staying at Barcelona?
Yes, they are planning to activate his option in the contract, because the contract is expiring in June, but they have 2 years of contract as option. As with Riqui Puig, it's exactly the same. They will keep Riqui Puig, and they are planning also to activate this option for Mingueza. So it's not done yet, but this is the intention of Barcelona. Let's see with the new board, but they are on this way.
Saul Bayern Munich. True or not true? Let's go with the Christian Folk way.
Say not true, and I can say that it's not true that Atletico Madrid have not received any bid from Bayern Munich. Interest is true, because Bayern Munich, Juventus, a lot of clubs have always been looking at this player.
So rephrase it a bit. Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid did not receive anything from Bayern Munich.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no, because it's good
just
to be clear.
Yes.
So not true. Saul Bayern Munich, not true. Okay, and let's close this episode with a news actually that you posted. I think was last Friday.
Yes.
No, last Thursday. Then it became official the day after, basically the morning after, on Friday morning.
Good timing in this case.
Very good timing. I don't know if you knew that it was going to be.
I say thank you to my source. I can't see who it is, but thank you to my source.
Yeah, that was very, very good one. Yeah, I was excited too, so I imagine you. I'll give a behind the scene about Robbie to Leipzig.
Yes, because many clubs were interested, AC Milan and Borussia Dortmund, a lot of clubs looking at this opportunity. We're talking about Ives, 18, is incredible, 19, and playing with Ajax, good striker, good talent. But Leipzig have been really fast, as we said, for the situation of Simakan and with Soboslai, and they are always fast with young talents. They signed Robbie. They have great relationship with Mino Raiola, because he's also the agent of Robbie, as Holland also Robbie is of Mino Raiola. And congrats to them because they sent a fantastic striker, and let's see if it will be the same way of Erling Haaland. Not easy to be like the machine, but Broadway is an interesting one, so good luck to him.
Okay, Fabri, thank you so much for this week. I'm
Thank
going
you,
to see you next week, and then there's going to be international break. We are going to do another episode, another special episode, so we'll give you updates.
Let's see if some interview, let's see.
We'll see. We don't have to say that. We're going to update them on Twitter.
Ciao.
Anyway, ciao. Thank you so much.